Hey, what's up? What's up? Joe in Vegas back with another review. Brian Setzer from the legendary, he on his own is legendary, but from the Stray Cats. Rockabilly. So, with ticket prices being crazy, and I've been paying a lot, most big shows are a lot. When you get an opportunity to see someone like this or someone that is on the Mount Rushmore of their genre or someone that's just super talented and the tickets are $40, you go. You just go. There's no reason not to. You know the music's going to be good. I don't know anything going into this. I knew two Stray Cats songs that he played. I know about Rockabilly. Rockabilly is a vibe on its own. It's more than a vibe. It's a lifestyle for those people. But if you're not in a Rockabilly community, it's just a vibe. It's so fucking cool. They're just, with their hair and the outfits and the music they listen to and the hot rod cars and the tattoos and the men and the women, they each have their own little distinct style. It's very cool. It's really a vibe. And you see people that really own that lifestyle. They really commit to it, which is great. I'm all for it. It's not for me. I would look stupid with that hair. Not that I can fucking grow that hair anymore with my age. But when I was like 16 and I had the beautiful lush hair to have that. I don't know what it's called, pompadour. I don't know what it's called. That big front whoosh, awesome. There were four Asians in the front row. I hope they listen to this. I really wanted to meet them after the show. They were Asian. They weren't that old. They were kind of mixed ages, probably around 30s and 40s. That were so into that look and that style, and they were all decked out and had the hair. And I was watching them half the show, and they were on the rail, and they were so happy, and they knew every word to every song, and they just, it just looked like something out of a movie that they embraced that Americana culture, and that's how they saw it where they were growing up, and just owned it, and it's awesome, and it's really awesome. And there were a lot of people in the crowd. I was about to say dressed up. I don't think they were dressed up. That's how they dress. That's their lifestyle, and that's Rockabilly. And Rockabilly's fucking cool, and I dig it. So when you have a chance to see someone like this for $40, I ran. There was nothing else that interesting last night. There were big shows. There was U2's last show at the Sphere. I've seen it a couple times. I wasn't paying the pricing for the last show, but a couple other little things going on. But this stood out to me, especially at that price. So I went. Like I said, I only knew the Stray Cats 2 songs, but I was happy to go. We went there, had some issues with our seats. Seats were $40. We were in section 2 something, $45 maybe with fees, $100 for 2 tickets. Someone was in our seats and they wouldn't move, and the usher just didn't want to deal with it, which was weird. And he moved us 10 feet from the stage in a little private box. It was one of those dream scenarios. So that's why you got to go out. $40 tickets turned into $300 tickets. Anyway, let me start with the set list, and I'll give you my 2 cents. It shouldn't be that long a review, honestly, because there's not much to say. Rock Boys Rock, Double Talkin' Baby, Stack My Money, The Cat with 9 Wives, The Stray Cat Strut, which is the big one that I knew, the big one that most of the crowd knew, 20 Flight Rock, Believe What You Say, Too Hip Gotta Go, and Checkered Flag. Then he came out and did a solo set, and this is where... there's no doubt that there's 3 guys on stage. A guy on drums, I don't know his name, Brian on guitar and singing, and a guy from Australia, I forgot his name, who was on the upright bass, who was fantastic. Very cool. That's it. That's all you need sometimes to make an incredible sound. You don't need a DJ, you don't need background tracks, you don't need anything. You have the core of music, and that's what Rockabilly is. It's got a very distinct sound. Doom, 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 doom. And the bass with the guitar and the drums just hits that sound. It's a great sound, but it's also the criticism of what I have for the show, and I'll talk about it after I get through the set list. But Brian came out and he did 3 solo songs on his guitar, and he really showed off his talent. Did Georgia on My Mind, Lonesome Road, and then he did Sleepwalk from Santo and Johnny, which I love that song. He didn't dig into it. He did his version of it, but he really showed his guitar playing chops. He's a really talented guy. It was just such a nice moment, and more importantly, a break from the Rockabilly. Maybe I'll get into it now. My biggest takeaway from the show is I like the Rockabilly sound, but it's the same thing. It is. For every song sounded the same. I know fans will disagree. This one's different. I'm telling you, as an outsider, the sound is a great sound, but they're all the same. That's why these Rockabilly guys can maybe have 1 or 2 breakthrough hits, but they can never have more than that because they do sound the same. So to get that little break in the guitars, just with it was so nice, and it was soft, and he did it right. It was perfect. Then the band came back on stage. They did The Train Kept It Rolling, What It'll Be, Baby Doll, Fishnet Stockings, and then The Monster, Rock This Town, which everybody knows that song. That was the big Stray Cats breakout hit that put rockabilly on the map. I mean, I don't know the history of rockabilly. I'm not going to guess it, but I have to imagine Stray Cats were the ones. I mean, sure, there were some people before them, but Stray Cats were the ones that brought it mainstream. Then they came back to the encore, Gene and Eddie. So going back to what I was saying, which is the biggest, I enjoyed the show. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 7.35. Not because of anything they did. They were fantastic. Great showmanship. He sounded great. The songs were good. But it's hard to connect for me because I only knew the hits. But more importantly, everything sounded the same. It did. Not a bad sound. It just did. I'm sure if you're a fan and a rockabilly fan, because we saw they were having the time of their lives, it's a great show for that price. 7.35 is not a bad show. It's just that's how I walked out of there. Solid, good, happy I went. Very happy I went. Highly recommend it to anybody at that price. That's pretty much it. That's all I really got to say. I was trying to think of different things to say. That's it. That's a very solid show. I'm very happy with it. Happy I went. You should go check it out too. If you have any questions or comments or concerns or hate me or love me, leave it in the comments. But you should definitely subscribe because I'm trying to build this up and I need your help. I'm doing it for you. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening, and I will see you at the next show. Bye-bye.